The Corporation for Public Broadcasting says it will shut down by the end of the year after being defunded by the Trump administration.
9 News reporter Spencer Soicher joins us. Spencer, the move will have a pretty significant impact on at least one Colorado affiliate and probably hurt some of the smaller stations.
Yeah, it's about their ability to deliver emergency alerts. President Trump has argued that NPR and PBS are biased news sources and should not be funded by the federal government. But it's the local affiliates that may be hurt and rely on that funding. And in this case, this move may strip away the ability for a rural Colorado station to put out critical emergency alerts.
You're listening to KSUT Tribal Radio.
Hearing that station ID on the radio is not guaranteed in rural southwest Colorado.
You know, I've come to learn to expect anything lately, but...
Tammy Graham runs KSUT Public Radio in the Four Corners region of the state. It's an NPR affiliate, but the station and public media are fighting to hang on.
Obviously, we knew we were losing our federal funding, our 20% of our budget.
Last month, a budget bill passed by Congress and backed by President Trump cut off $1.1 billion in funding for public broadcasting. The Center for Public Broadcasting announced Friday it was taking steps toward its own closure. CPB helps fund both PBS and NPR and their local affiliates like KSUT.
This isn't an issue about NPR or PBS. This is hitting local and rural communities the hardest.
Tammy says CPB closing means KSUT will lose out on a $500,000 federal grant awarded to fix their towers and provide reliable emergency alerts.
The equipment we have is being held together basically with duct tape and glue.
In an area with unreliable cell service and internet and prone to fires, radio is critical for emergency alerts.
And there's a reason we got this $537,000 grant, because we demonstrated how aging our equipment is at these critical tower sites, critical for emergency alerting to our very rural region.
Do you see a scenario in the near future where there's an emergency and you're not able to get things to people who need it?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for joining us here today.
Hearing KSUT on the radio is not a given, especially now that CPB is closing, and so is the station's chance to fix its towers.
Because this is critical. This isn't a partisan issue, emergency alerting. Come on.
KSUT is one of 3 Colorado public media stations, along with NPR, that's suing the Trump administration in an attempt to block federal funding cuts and restrictions to the broadcasters. That's still ongoing. Graham says they've received more donations from their local community in recent months, and that's something that conservatives have argued should be the funding structure here. Graham, though, says they are providing a public service and the general public should contribute. Spencer Soicher, 9 News.